Exactly. We like it like that. It's Raw Talk with yours truly, me, Miss B, and my girlfriend Peggy.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
You, baby, you look stunning. What's going on with you? How was your day?
Oh, it was fabulous. I'm here in Palm Beach, Delray area with my daughter and my grandbaby, just having a good time. Spent some time with my sister and my niece, and we just had a great time today. Just doing some things, running around, doing some shopping. She just bought a new place up and her decorated a little bit, just doing stuff. Just
That's good. That sounds like a real nice girl day, ladies day out
yeah.
excursion. Well, welcome everybody to Raw Talk, Real Ass Women Talk is what we do on Facebook and YouTube just for you. Facebook, you can find us. We want you to like us and follow us at Raw Talk. RAW Talk. On YouTube, you can find us under Real Ass Women, REALAS, because we keep it nice and ladylike. Women Talk, Raw Talk. So welcome. Make sure when you join us on YouTube or if you watch the broadcast afterwards that you would please, we ask that you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know whenever we go on live and you can join us. And of course, like, share, and comment. Ain't that right, girlfriend Peggy?
That's right.
Yes, my goodness. So, tonight is kind of like a continuation or so of last night, and every day for us is a continuation. We are just getting started. We have been doing a little something every day because that's what we do. We talk to each other every day. We talk each other through all of our life situations. Isn't that right, girlfriend?
We do.
Whether it has to do with a man, and mostly it has to do with a man, or something going on with our children, or something just going on with life as we run it, and we talk about it. We invite you to do the same, to chime in on what it is we're talking about. And tonight we're going to be talking about why men need to get prepared to have a woman. It's a preparation process. So we're going to talk about that. But before I go on with that, or before we go on with that, I need to bring you up to date. Last night, I talked a little bit about a friendship situation because, see, when we talk about relationships, it's every kind of relationships. And friendship is one of them. That's kind of where you start usually. And that's where you want to start when you meet someone you're interested in. You want to start just by becoming friends, you know what I mean? And I talked a little bit about a situation I had with an extremely close friend. What makes it challenging, I guess, is because it's a man. And a lot of times when you're that close to a man and you love a man that much, it leads up to an intimate sexual relationship. And this relationship is not that. It is very platonic, but it is very intense because of the spiritual connection of the relationship. And so I had talked about how I had a disagreement with this person and I got upset and I hung up on them, and then I didn't speak to them from then until yesterday. And so I told my girlfriend, Peggy, I said, Peggy, I said, he called me and I didn't get to answer. I let him know that I would call him and talk to him later. And I said, now it's time for me to call him and talk to him later. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what to say. And what did you tell me to do, girlfriend Peggy?
I just told you, pray, be quiet, listen, and then go from there. Hear him out. Let him leave. Let him talk. Hear him out, and then you'll know how to go from there.
Yes. And so that's what she told me to do. And that's what I did. I literally took some time to stop, take some deep breaths, quiet my mind, just get quiet. And I said, Lord, you know what I need for you to do? I need you to open my heart to hear and close my mouth so I can listen. And then when it's time for me to speak, let it be the right words. Let it be the right thing to say that doesn't point to blame or or draw in more conflict. And so with that, I went forward and we had our conversation, and it was marvelous. We picked up right where we had left off before. There wasn't a lot. There was no hoopla or rah rah or arguing back and forth or blaming or anything like that. And we talked from about 11:30 at night to almost 6 o'clock in the morning. That listen, we had 6 months of catching up to do, and just like with you, I talk with him every day because we it's not business, but we're in a relationship together that involves business and people and things and all of that good stuff. And so there's always a lot for us to talk about, not to mention that we delve into the spiritual aspects of a lot of things. So it's the conversation is endless. So I just wanted to report that it's good when you're in friendship with someone to take some time and be quiet and listen, because friendships are valuable. They don't just, really good friends don't just come every day. Now, girlfriend Peggy, you and I have been friends how long now? We figured out maybe about 13 years.
Yeah, 12 or 13 years. Maybe.
12 or 13 years, something like that. And we had our difficulty at one point too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did because of somebody that I was seeing that sometimes we as women, we share with our men different conversations and talks.
Yeah.
I never mentioned a name or say names when I'm talking about somebody to him in confidence. So I thought it was in confidence, and shared some different things about different girlfriends like to do this. I got another girlfriend that she may like to do this, and she's very interested. Whatever it was, the talk.
We're just talking, and he decided to use it as a weapon.
He decided to turn around and use it as a weapon, and he was just stabbing in the dark at different things that he started to name to say that she did. So some of the things hit home, of course, because it sounded like some things that she had did, but he was just throwing a little bit of everything or anything that I had ever said. He was just pulling it down.
Right.
And so it made it seem like maybe I had said her name. I had said specifically it was things that she did, and so on and so on. And it was a mess.
It was a mess, and it was a mess because the men were messy.
Yeah. Did he call your dude?
Man, yes, he called my man or something. Well, there was some other men involved too who are friends of ours.
He tried to.
He wanted to fight them, and which was unnecessary because these people were just our friends. They are our party friends.
They are buddy friends.
They are our buddy friends.
Right.
Just no hanky panky with these guys, and they are our true friends. Right. And so he wanted to fight them. Then he called my man talking trash, and he had it going for, to the point where we had to call the sheriff's department. Remember, to try to see about getting him to stop that. And it was crazy. So it caused a divide between you and me, because I'm with this man, and I need to be loyal to him, and he was mad about you being in the
before he even came into the picture. Before your man even came into the picture, it got crazy there. It did.
It did. And so that caused us for a couple of years not to be. Was it more than a year?
It might have been less than a year, or somewhere around a year.
Okay, all right.
It was a couple of years.
Oh, all right. So it was about a year that we were out of contact with one another.
And a little bit of contact, but not like we were.
Right.
We did diva dinners. We still may have went out.
That's true.
We still had some contact, but our bond was damaged. It was broken there for a minute. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was, and it took some prayer and just giving her time to heal. And as time went on and we were able to come back and talk about the situation and what happened and how it happened and why it went down, and she understood who I was dealing with at the time.
Yes.
And we at a function, you could tell them about the function that we attended and how it came back together. Nothing but through God. I mean, it was a divine reconnection.
Yes, it was plain and simple. Because what you were doing, girlfriend Peggy, she would reach out every once in a while and take my temperature, and she go, don't you miss me? And I said, well, yeah, I miss you, but I'm not talking to you. I'm still not. I'm sad. I still can't talk. I still can't talk about it. I'm not talking.
Okay, I understand.
And then we go, okay, I'll give you some space, and then a little while later, you come. How you doing over there? You miss me yet? Oh, okay. And then a dear friend of mine, Monique, look, I done messed up her name. She's gonna go, girl, I know you ain't messed up my name like that. Monique Nichols, who is always doing something for women. She is always doing something positive to uplift women, to connect us together, to re-encourage us and all of that. Well, she decided to have an event called The Discussion. And she brought in about 100 women for the discussion. They signed up to be able to have open, candid conversation and take feedback from each other and hear one another's stories and just take some time to heal. And she asked me to moderate that event for her, to host that event. It was absolutely beautiful.
And did you send me an invitation? Did you invite me?
Yes. And I invited.
Be available and ready to come, and I came out. Yep.
Yes.
I don't know how that lined up. That was because I usually need a week or two advance notice, and it just worked out just great. I was able to get there and go ahead.
It was wonderful. There were a panel of women who had written books and who shared their experiences. Right now, to this day, I still can't believe the number of women who are walking around broken and torn and beat down as a result of really traumatic things that they experienced in their childhood, or traumatic incidents that occurred when they were in relationship with a particular man, a toxic man, a narcissistic man, a man that just wasn't right for them. And so in that room, in the intimacy of that room, all of that was released. And you and I were able to put the past aside, to forgive each other, to reconnect, and to go on and build from that point a very special, strong friendship.
Yeah. I mean, these women were hurt.
Oh my God.
I have never witnessed so many, like you say, just fabulous women in business, married, single, just got it going on, women doing their own thing, doing their businesses, doing their whatever it is that they do. They're just doing their thing, and just so much, a lot of hurt was in that room from men who sexually molested or abused them as young girls.
Yes.
A lot of hurt from fathers not being around.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that type of hurt and abuse, and it was just to see the healing take place, and after sharing stories and them hugging and embracing other women and just crying on each other's shoulders, and just it was amazing. I never experienced anything like that. And it wasn't a church service. It wasn't a church service.
It wasn't a church service, but it turned into it. It kind of went that way because there were ministers in the room, and there were ministers on the panel. And when the Holy Spirit comes in and takes over, that's just what happens. Right. That is what happens.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And
was broken.
That was it.
Place. Yeah. They cried. It was some wailing women in that room. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It was a
Yeah.
very beautiful
In the
thing.
middle of it
But
all, we found each other and we hugged and cried it out and embraced each other and, released it and, got it together. And we've been ever since.
ever since, because you know, some of those other people, they come and go. What do we say? People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Lifetime.
And
And to your friend, I told you today after you talked to me and told me what happened, I said he is one of those lifetime people. I mean, because you two go at it, like I said, a lot. Y'all fall out a lot.
you
And you stay
you
mad
know
at each
what?
other for a long time, a lot.
Yeah.
So I always seem to be able to squish it, squash it, get over it, and then just get right back into the, marching of things and keep it moving. So that's beautiful. He there for, I believe he's there for a lifetime.
Yeah, I think so too. We talked about how special our connection is, and
Mhm.
you know, I'm probably the one that's always trying to wiggle out of it. But but the energy is so intense, and and so we can have those things. Sometimes the battles are small and short, and then sometimes, well, at least twice now, they've lasted a little bit longer. This time was shorter though. This
Mm.
time was shorter, but
Yeah, y'all
before
can have
we
some long
brought it
conversations.
back together.
I know y'all guys can talk like 6 hours, 5 and 6 hours straight. I'm like, what the?
We have a lot to talk about, and I
Yeah.
think that's part of the connection. And it is that that he can even talk that long. Most
I
men just
don't know a
don't
man alive that I could talk to on the phone for 6 or 8 hours in a day. I don't know one.
have. Not one man or one person.
Not one person. Probably not one person.
No, we might do that, but it's in it's like in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening, but not like a straight six
Okay.
hour shot. You and me. So
No.
what do you think? We talk maybe 2 or 3 hours a day.
In increments, we may take 45 minutes or 30 minutes or 10 or 15 or
Yeah,
five,
yeah,
depends on what's going on. We might just do a 5 minute conversation. Girl, I just got to, drop and we off, So yeah,
right.
we up to a couple of hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
so
then
that's what happened.
I
Huh?
told you, I just said today, I said, well, I'm doing a new thing this year. I'm not in a relationship. You doing a new thing this year. You're not in a relationship. What do we have to, the conversation? What are we going to talk about?
This,
Conversation.
yeah, there's still plenty of things to talk about. And I
Yeah.
think some of the things are going to have to be, what are we doing on a daily basis to make things different for ourselves this year? Just like if somebody were to go on were to say, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight or get in shape.
Right.
Okay. So you have to pick a plan. Are you going
Right.
to go with Jimmy
Exercise.
Craig or Nutrisystem or Weight Watchers or
Right.
keto or, the banana diet,
The sleeve. Are you
the
going to do
sleep? Yeah,
surgery?
yeah, what are you going to do? Are you going to take some outside measures? What are you going to do to lose weight? And what are you going to do to get in shape? And so then I say, hey, well, today I'm going to start changing how I eat. And so today I ate this, and this, and I went for a 30-minute walk, or I went to the gym and worked out, or that type of thing. And so that's where we are, where we need to kind of document as we go, because this is going to be different. I told a girlfriend, Peggy, that this is going to be very different for me because I'm so accustomed to being in some sort of connection with a man that involves intimacy and
Mm-hmm.
a sexual intimacy. And
Right.
I'm going to take a completely different approach. My goal for this year and my plan, my intention is to be abstinent, and to be abstinent until I feel like I have put myself uh, in a space, uh, spiritually, emotionally, financially, all of the leaves, right? Even sexually, that I feel comfortable in that space to present myself ready to be in a relationship, to make sure that I've cleared out all of the trash.
Yeah, in the baggage, yeah.
You know,
Right.
all the baggage that's inside of me, not just talking about we're disconnecting from people, which I did that too. I had to make a very conscientious effort, not effort, but
Decision.
decision
Hmm.
to disconnect from people. And so that's what we did. You did the same thing.
From a relationship that I was in.
Yes.
18-month relationship, I decided that, right, I didn't want to move forward into 2021 being in a relationship with that person. So I disconnected myself and ended the relationship. And yeah, I just decided to put some work into myself and get focused on some things that I need to be working on myself. And, when
Yeah,
I
without the distractions of a relationship that's challenging. And I feel like when it's right, I know that there are going to be little bumps along the way as you get accustomed to someone and learn their ways and develop your friendship with them during the dating process. I understand that's going to happen, but at the same time, there should be a level of compatibility that doesn't involve me having to re-raise you. I'm looking for a grown ass man doing grown ass man things on a grown ass man tip. I'm looking for a real ass man to go with this real ass woman.
right, to go the distance, to do things decent and in order, to make the proper preparations, to have the spiritual ties and connections in his higher power in order, that he knows how to move and govern himself and how to treat and knows how to love a woman. And we had a gentleman on last night that spoke on some of these things, and that's the problem. A lot of men are not in order. They don't have their things together. They don't have their spiritual life together. They don't have their financial life together. Some of them, they don't have a home life. They don't have a home. They living with people. They all over the place. How can you date a woman? How can you go out and find a wife, find a good thing? Or he who finds the wife findeth a good thing. How can you go out and find your good thing and you have nothing good for the thing to come home to come to?
Right.
But then that always get flip-flopped and it gets put back on the woman. Oh, finances shouldn't come into the equation. This shouldn't this, but everything else is coming to the equation. But you guys don't want to talk about the other things as finances and you having your own place to live and having proper transportation. You can't come pick me on the bus and Lyft and Uber, and I'm not riding on the back of a bicycle with you. We're not walking. you know I have a home. I have two transportations. I have finances. I have been doing these things for 22 years as a single mom raising two kids. And if I can have some things together in these years, so should you.
Right.
And if a man is to date, then he should be able to finance his going out on a date. Hey, let's go this place, let's go that place. You want to go out of town with me? Okay, then well, me, the man, you asking me to go out of town, then you should have finances in place for that.
Exactly.
And
And I
that was
have my finances too. I'm coming finance in case your behind shows out. If the
right.
real ass man shows out on the real ass woman, then the real ass woman can dip.
Get on up out of there and get back to where she need to be.
Right.
Without you.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna have finances for that, but you need to have finances for everything. And
Right.
and real men pay. Real men want to pay because it enhances how they feel as a man. They don't want anybody else paying anything for them. They want to be able to do that for themselves and do that for their woman. I can't imagine that doesn't stroke the ego. But
or do just the opposite when you want to go out of town. Your woman say, "Oh, I'm going out of town this weekend. I'm going such and such a place," and they say, "Oh, well, I want to go with you." And then you're like, okay, well, we're gonna need to stay in the hotel room for 3 nights. Can you handle that? Oh no, I don't have money for that. Why do you want to tag along then? Where are you coming if you want to go, you want to tag along, but you don't have no money to contribute to pay for gas. You can't pay for a hotel room. You want to stay on family and sleep in, who knows where in a family home somewhere in a little side junk room or guest room. No, if you're a grown man and you traveling with your woman, you should be able to afford to put her up in the lifestyle of a hotel stay or accommodations or Airbnb or whatever it is, however you like to travel and wherever it is you like to stay. It needs to be nicer than what I have at home.
As nice as or nicer.
Right.
As nice as or nicer.
I sleep in at home every night. Those are the type of accommodations I need.
Yep. And it seemed like to me that all the men that were approaching me weren't up to par in that area. And if I can, if however I'm provided for, it's better than where you are than what I want to come over there for. Why would I want to hook up with you to be someplace that's substandard to where I am and where you come to when you come to see me? So right. We just want you to be ready. You have to prepare to have a woman. You need, and we're talking about men who are at least 55 and up, because we're mature women. I'm not talking about somebody who's 30 years old and working on their career and those types of things. We're talking about men who are in their 50s and 60s, approaching women looking to be in some sort of relationship with the final outcome being, I want to get close to you and be intimate with you, and you ain't got no doggone money. You better go somewhere and take 2 seats and leave folks alone. And you know what too? And so of course I decided that I was going to disconnect from anybody I had done anything with or who I was talking to or any of that sort of thing. But I'm still guilty of ignoring some red flags. And Traveling Man, which is the name that Peggy gave my boyfriend because she names all of my boyfriends. I'm in a relationship. I jumped into a relationship real fast with this gentleman. It was supposed to be a committed relationship, and Valentine's Day came, and the Negro didn't give me nothing, not a damn thing. Didn't even send a text message that said Happy Valentine's Day. And I had to go. I said, "Hey, what is your doggone problem? Is this how you start off a relationship?"
Wow.
With no Valentine's Day? Oh yeah, well, I'm bad at that. I'm not really good at that. My mama told me about that. Well, you should have listened to your mama, because she knew what she was saying. Okay? She knew exactly what she was saying. And what is your doggone problem? And not only did he not give me anything for Valentine's Day, it was so pathetic, and I was out of town too. It was really, it was embarrassing. He didn't give me anything for Valentine's Day, and then he didn't make it up. Oh, he said, "Well, when you get back here, I'm gonna make it up to you. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna do this." And what I eventually found out during the rest of the course of the year is that he was always saying something that he was gonna do or could have done or was gonna do. He never did anything.
And those little promises were so minute and small and tiny.
They were minuscule. You needed a freaking microscope. A 500 times vision to see them little promises
that he couldn't even keep. He couldn't keep those little tiny little promises. And women fall for that when when they're dealing with a man for a certain period of time, a length of time, and they've made promises of leaving their wife. They've made promises of I'm gonna marry you. We're gonna get engaged. We're gonna live together. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And women hold on to that deferred hope. Oh, he gonna get it together so that he can fulfill his promises, and he gonna get it together so we can move in together, and we're gonna get married, and we're gonna have this wonderful happy life. And he's showing you that he can't. He birthday came around.
What happened? A lousy stinking promise.
And your birthday came around. What happened?
That promise.
What did he say with the birthday gift?
Mm.
The birthday gift. Your birthday rolled around.
That was so pathetic.
What did he say?
Oh, baby, I got you a present. It's up there. It's right there on the dresser. I got it. It's a necklace. I got you a necklace. It's up there. It's in my jewelry box. I don't want your old chain, Negro. I want your old ass used fake gold chain. Don't be giving me that crap. Talking about it's a birthday present. And I'm just saying that because I don't know. Because you know why? Because I never got a present.
Never got it.
I didn't even get the chain out the Cracker Jacks box present. Sure did.
And then Christmas rolled around. What happened? He was something else, girl. He was something else. That man was something else. But you know what? It's so many men out there in the world, just like Traveling Man. Just like Traveling Man.
Yeah, and they just do whatever they do, or whatever, they just do whatever, as long as they can get what they want out of it.
You allow them to.
I kept on because I was getting something I liked out of it, more or less. But really now that I'm separated from it and it's not in my face, and
you're missing nothing, are you?
I'm not missing anything because it was also selfish. The intimacy was selfish. And so just recognize it for what it is. And I said, look, I can't hold it. I'm not going to change. Anybody who's that old is not changing. That's their MO. I'm not here to change somebody.
Right.
I'm only here to change myself. And I realized that's what I would have to do. I have to do something about it. I have to present myself differently to the world, and then I have to act in a different kind of way on a much higher level. And so I've just decided that I'm going to keep myself to myself. Meow.
Yes. And that's the best thing you could ever do.
Ever. Until someone.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Well, I thought it was hard.
Mind over matter, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Mind over matter.
Yes. I thought it was hard. So but it hasn't been. And because how can you bottom line, it wasn't that much to miss. When I really analyze it, when I stepped away from it and took an assessment of everything that had transpired and the way it transpired, it was like there is nothing here. And because there's nothing there, there's nothing to miss. So go on with yourself. Go on with your bad self.
And you're going to go on with your good self.
I'm going to go on with my good self.
That's right.
And make my good self better.
And make yourself better.
And so that indeed is the plan. So we're looking forward to talking with you every night as folks get more accustomed to the idea that we're going to be here all the time at different times, but definitely every Wednesday night live on Facebook, Raw Talk, and YouTube, Real Ass Women, Raw Talk on Wednesday nights at 9:00. We are going to be here along with our guests. We are excited about February coming up and the couples that we'll be talking to who met themselves doing dating and doing online dating. And so that's something that's been a topic of discussion between us here lately, the possibility of doing online dating, what we think about it. And so, because Peggy has hesitancy about it and she's leery about it, I'm going to bring in some people who have had some experiences with that, who have had positive experiences. And I know plenty of folks will be chiming in talking about the negative experience that they've had. And it's okay. We want to hear from them too. So that's what's going to be happening in February. We'll be talking with couples who found each other by doing dating online. But not to bash the men, but just come more prepared. If you're looking for, I'm looking for a man who is looking for a woman that he wants to have as his woman, who he wants to be sincere with and monogamous with and enjoy and share and have a wonderful time. If you come in with game, if you're looking to just see if you can hit it and quit it, if you want to do what Peggy says, do that Netflix and chill, which is a bunch of crap, because that ain't nothing but a way for you to get close to me and feel all up on me. I pass on that. You can keep that. Miss me with that. Miss me with that.
Going on. No, we're not doing that.
And you know, we need to go somewhere and do something. And I don't mind if we get groceries and if somebody cooks. He cook, I cook. I'm not saying that everything has to be some lavish, luxurious, over the top thing. You know, simple. So we can go to Taco Tuesday and have a blast. I can get full off of some $1 tacos. I'm not opposed to that. You know, so we can do all of those things, and we will. So that's you know, basically what's going on with us. Anything else you want to add, girlfriend Peggy?
No, I just, like I said, wanted to talk about these you know, the gentlemen in finances and how they make us feel like that's something that we shouldn't expect to talk about, or it shouldn't come into play in a relationship, whether you are dating, whether you're monogamous, whether you're fiance, engaged, or married. It's something that's there. You can't tiptoe around it. It's like the
No.
elephant in the room. You can't tiptoe around it. So what are we talking about here? Same thing as a man protecting his woman. You're gonna be out with your man, and a man stepping on your toes, all in your woman face, and you know, making advances at her. Or are you gonna just stand there and just let him do that? Or are you gonna say, well, I beg your pardon, excuse me, this is my woman, you need to step back, or whatever? Are you gonna be protective? Or are you gonna protect me if I need to be protected? Or are you just gonna stand back there and watch things go down? Being protective is the same thing as protecting your woman and financially. I mean, and looking out for her.
Yes.
So
how are we
gonna not address those issues?
Yes, because
taboo. Why are they so taboo?
Why is the money conversation so taboo?
Taboo. Yeah. Why is it so? People don't want to talk about it. Oh, you shouldn't. You're a woman. Women make more money than men do right now, so it is really not a financial issue to talk about, because, like I said, women are making their own money, their own ways. They're multimillionaires. They doing their thing. They don't need a man for their finances. Most of them. A lot of them.
Whether you need it or not, though, to have a man,
you need it or not, as a man, you should be in a certain standings and have a certain knowledge and understanding of what it is and what role you'll be playing in the woman that you're trying to pursue.
Yes.
Because most of the time, who's doing the pursuing? The men are pursuing the women. And that's the way it's supposed to be. The men's supposed to go for the woman they want. They're supposed to do the asking out. They're supposed to call you and ask you out. So they are the ones should have some things in order.
Yes, they got to, in order to.
Because the woman is already holding her in.
Right. I can't wait until I don't know. Should I wait? I don't know. I was going to talk about the the man I went out with on the date from the dating site, and he didn't have a car, so I picked him up, and we went to the restaurant and we ate. And he had two drinks, two big ass drinks. He had two drinks. I didn't drink at all because I was driving. And on the way back, I mean, time we got in the car before we could get to the light good, he was nodding and sleeping. So I took video. I'm driving like this and I'm taking video of him. And he's like, I mean, like a junkie, like a real, like a real junkie. He's going forward and he's coming back and he's nodding, he's sleeping and everything. And he slept all the way home. We ain't have no conversation at all. And I sent Peggy the video. I said, "Look at this." And then I got him back to his location, and he got out the car and he was messing around in his pocket or did something, and a pill fell out and dropped on the ground. And so he picked up the pill, and I said, "What is that?" I said, what is that you got there? And he said it was metformin or something like that. And as soon as he said that, I recognized it as being a drug for diabetics, people who have diabetes. And I was like, no, sir. I know you didn't just go and drink two big, giant margaritas, and that's going to affect your blood sugar and other things too. Sorry, don't have time. Nice knowing you. Lunch was lovely, and God bless you. Have a nice day.
And with all those red flags you overlooked in the first place, because if a man step into me and he want to ask me out, I may drive and meet you. I may drive out and meet you somewhere in a public place, but I'm not gonna come and pick you up and drive you and drop you home like you the woman.
Not happening.
How do they want to be the woman, but they want to be the man? They want to be the man, but they being the woman from the first instance.
From Jump Street, from the word go. But I have been talking
to role, and you haven't even gotten nowhere near first base.
Nowhere near first base, and he didn't get anywhere near anything. Trust and believe, but I have been talking to him on the phone. He seemed like a nice person, but you're right. I ignored several red flags, and then I just eventually told him. I said, "Look, you're not prepared to date anybody." The car, of course, was the first thing, and then his living circumstances was another, and it was atrocious. Wow. It was atrocious. He was sleeping on the couch, living in his daughter's apartment. She stayed upstairs with the children, and his ex-wife lived downstairs. I must have been out of my mind. I must have been out of my damn mind. Yes, I know there's some people saying, "Well, dang, if she did that, really?" Listen, I did it one time. They'll never catch me like that again. You're
not alone, girlfriend. Don't act like it's a whole lot of other women that have done the same thing.
Well, that's what my girlfriend who did a lot of online dating before she met Mr. Right and got married. She says, "Hey, you just got to get out there and go." She said she kissed a lot of frogs before she met somebody who was right for her. So I guess you kind of got to be out there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, fellas, just get prepared. Get prepared to have a woman. Be ready.
Yes, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Get ready, get ready.
There's a lot of women out there doing their work. There's a lot of women putting in work into themselves, working on their goals, working on their dreams, aspirations. They on the go. They on the move, and they're trying to make it happen. So they need the help meet. They need somebody that's going to meet them where they are, because they here and the men are sometimes down here. And now the
Yeah.
woman has to reach down and pull the man up when it should be the man up here reaching back to try to help and pull the woman up to level up. And a
Yeah.
lot of women helping men level up. I'm guilty of that. I did that. But the men are supposed to
No
help the
more.
women level up.
No more. No more. Not doing it. Well, girlfriend Peggy, I'll check in with you tomorrow. We'll check in with everybody tomorrow, see what's going on. In the
Yes.
meantime, you have a wonderful rest of your time down there and in the beach on the beaches of Florida. And and we'll, we'll do our girlfriend thing as we always do. We will
yes.
we'll check in and let folks know what's going on. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one, baby. You take care. All right, love. I'm Miss B. I love you, baby.